Hey there, I'm John with Board Game Geek, and today we have Julie from Greenbrier Games in studio, and we have Helios Expanse to take a look at. So, what's going on here?
So, this is our game that is a 4X experience pared down to under an hour.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. For real. So, what we're doing here is, I mean, anybody who plays a 4X game knows we have our ships, and we're going to go explore this cluster of solar systems. We're going to try to colonize them. We're going to do some research and level up our abilities. And, of course, we're going to try to make sure that other people don't have any recourse to also do what they need to do.
Extermination?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a couple of those X's right there, right?
Couple of those X's. So I have chosen green, and you are orange.
Yes.
I have left out, but I'd like to mention that we do have factions that you can do. So for a starting game, you might just want to play the basic level of having the same cards, but we do have factions that allow you to level up and have special abilities for each one. But for the purposes of this, we're going to just play with a straightforward card deck. So you're going and your cards are going to do the basic things like be able to maneuver or move. So you have your basic, there we go. My hands are very short. These are as close as I can get to the camera.
You're good.
Cool. So you're going to do things like move. You're going to terraform or, colonize. And then you're going to probably do some things that are less savory, like aggression or invasion.
Or blast. I see a blast in here.
I feel like everybody's going to kind of have a feel of what those kinds of cards are.
Yeah.
But of course, to be more effective at that, you're also going to want to do some research so that you level up in your technology track.
Okay.
And do some training so that you level up on your military track.
Okay, so you can level up pretty much everything you're doing here then.
Absolutely. And those tracks, which are at the top of the board, show you when you will unlock other abilities on the cards.
Ah, okay.
So you have a basic ability for each card, and then you usually have an advanced ability.
I see,
for each
advanced
card.
aggression, yes.
Right. And those are interconnected with how you're leveling up, either in technology or military, or both.
Okay.
So, how the game works is that in 5 turns, we would pre-program cards. So, for example, we're all starting, we've come through this anomaly.
Yeah.
We're not going to call it a wormhole. We're not quite sure what it is still, but it spit us out to this area where there's ideal planetary locations that we are going to try to take over. So I would probably put something like a maneuver down first, and I play it face up. So it's the first of the deck. So then your turn, you would play a card as well.
Okay.
And of course, we're really close together and clustered. I don't know if you want to attack me yet. There's nothing worth attacking, but you might want to either research or
maybe I'll train.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And that would go on the pile, and we're just building a deck.
Oh, okay.
And then let's say also decided to move. We would keep doing this, and so that would be 1 turn. We would do this for 5 turns.
Okay.
At the end of 5 turns, we would flip it over, and then we would resolve them in that order. So it's a programmed deck.
Oh, okay.
Each of the abilities is open-ended enough that I should have some leeway to figure out what I want to do. For example, as we're building this deck, maybe I'm building and I'm doing movement at first, and then I'm doing some slightly more aggressive cards towards the end. So you know that I'm probably going to try to move towards you or the other players and start attacking them. If I'm doing more colonizing type cards, I'm going to probably try to move away where there's some wide open space so that when I colonize, I have some ability to do so.
Sure.
So I'm looking at what everybody else is programming while I'm doing it, but because I don't have the full picture of what everybody can do, I don't get bogged down by that analysis paralysis.
Okay.
Then when it flips over and we resolve them, the same kind of thing. I'm going to be in a certain location, so I will have to, if I'm going to maneuver or move, I'm going to have to do that based on where I am at that time.
Sure.
Which, again, gives me some choice, but cuts down on somebody looking at the board for 15 minutes before they are able to make their choice.
Right.
And that's what pares down the time frame.
Okay.
So you still get to do all the things, but again, you're moving around, you're trying to colonize. You may keep some of your cards in hand to have, for example, If somebody is doing an invasion and I still have my invasion card in hand, I am able to retreat, which might allow me to move one of my colonies away from where they're being attacked and not lose it completely.
So you might have like an idea of the 5 cards you want to play, and then based off what other people do, you say, actually, I think card number 4 is going to be this instead of that because I think they'll be vulnerable, or I think I'm vulnerable, or something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you do 5 turns of placing cards, and then you resolve them. There's 5 rounds of that. Initiative is based on military strength, and everybody levels up based on where they are on the track. The other 2 things I'd like to point out are that you can forego playing a card to do some reconnaissance or draw additional cards. Maybe you don't like the ones that you have. Or you can play ruse and play a card face down so that people can't see it as you're building.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
And be a little sneaky.
Yes. I imagine sneakiness definitely helps you out in this kind of situation.
Absolutely. At the end of 5 rounds, whoever has colonized the most in the most varied locations and is highest up on the tracks will have the most points and therefore be the winner.
Awesome. Well, at this point, this seems like it's pretty well produced at this point, but at this point, how soon will we see it on the shelves?
It is out at the beginning of next month.
The beginning of next month, so very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Awesome. So, and right now it is March, so we should see this in April.
Correct.
Excellent. So thanks for coming over, Julie, and showing us Helios Expanse.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.